Before this episode begins, check out our newest creation, You Know How We Do. You can find it on YouTube for the music video, Spotify, and Apple Music. Check it out. When I come through, you know how we do. Write raps or chord tracks for y'all to chill to. Hang with your crew too, drink a brew too. Do what you do too. Montclair Project paired up like Bluetooth. Flow streaming like a Hulu, but who knew? These two dudes would make these moves. Searching for a clue, but it ain't for blues. Better check the news. I only hang with winners, I don't like to lose. You only live one life, you got to choose. Positive or negative, man, pick your attitude. We do, you know how we do, you know how we do, you know how we do, you know, and if you didn't know, now you know. Awesome day one, not forget that day two shit, been through shit, so kick back and listen to J Wells and Mixman, smooth as butter, ain't no skipping, like back in the days when you used to bump the disc man. A little bit of this and that and Robin and Batman around the world and back and unplug or get hacked and when we come through we leave no question. You know how we do, 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 you know, and if you didn't know, now you know. Clear project, that's for sure. From the Bay to LA, we be doing our thing. Clear project, that's for sure. From the Bay to LA, we be doing our thing. Clear project, that's for sure. From the Bay to LA, we be doing our thing. Clear project, that's for sure. From the Bay to LA, we be doing our thing. Ain't never met a hater doing better than me. I'ma rise to the top like the cream of the crop. I'ma finish your mom with this elbow drop. And once we get started, we ain't gonna stop. You need these good vibes in your life. So hit rewind. Listen one more time. Listen one more time. You need these good vibes in your life. So hit rewind and listen one more time. Mixman Shawn and J Wells. That's Montclair Project. Running through your headset. Gonna run it back like a running back. You know how we living. We're back for another episode of Tuning In with Montclair Project. My name's Jay Wells. I'm here with my homie, Mixman Shawn. Shawn, say what's up to the people.
What's up? Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, we're back again.
Back.
So what's going on, man? We're here. We're going to talk about some fun stuff today. A couple of things going on in the recent times, but also, you know, really getting after this idea of creativity, inspiration. And then I guess you wanted to talk about copying too, so I'm really interested to hear what you have to say about that. But you know who's Rick Rubin?
Mm-hmm.
Badass producer. Those of you guys that are listening in, done all kinds of projects throughout the years. Beastie Boys, did some tracks on Jay-Z's Black album. You name the artist, he's probably worked with them. He's big time. Bro.
His catalog is
deep.
Huge. Yeah.
He recently wrote a book too. The book's
he's worked with some Indian artists too.
Has he?
Artists. Yeah. Big ones.
Doesn't surprise me. He's like a jack of all trades. He's all in that.
There's this one Pakistani Indian singer, Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan. He does like Sufi Qawwali music.
Yeah.
Rick produced one of his albums.
Oh yeah.
Like what?
But you know, he's a trip because he's been from the old school and he's still doing it.
And then he'll do a Jay-Z song.
Yeah, he's all over the place. Rock and roll. I think he did
just kind of melts into the environment, like no matter.
Don't quote me on it, but I think he did like Zakk Wylde, Ozzy Osbourne songs, all kinds of rock and roll, everything. Like the most diverse dude that you can think of.
That fool's always in the studio, bro.
I haven't read it myself, but I have clipped a bunch of cool, nice quotes from his book. It's called The Creative Act, A Way of Being. So I got a couple of them right here. I really thought
that were really dope. So I'm gonna read them real quick. It says, "All the matters, all that matters is that you are making something you love to the best of your ability here and now." Another part of the book says, "If you have an idea you're excited about and you don't bring it to life, it's not uncommon for the idea to find its voice through another maker. This isn't because the other artist stole your idea, but because the idea's time has come." I
Mm-hmm.
kind of like that because it made me think about like when we're creating, I always had this thought in the back of my mind that it's easy for us to say that we created it and that we made it and it came from us, but it's also a thought that I had that we're just discovering some the idea that already existed,
Yeah.
as if the possibilities, because of the possibilities already being potential, that it's our ability to actually observe and connect those things to make it that's what the creation is to extract all those
Yeah.
possibilities and bring them together, you know.
Like documenting the experience a little bit.
Yeah, and a way to express it, like when you put a song together, it's not like
Yeah.
you made the note G sharp.
No, no, no,
You
no.
just were like, hey, I'm composed this song, G sharp goes with this note and that note, and I made this melody, and
All that already is already there.
it's already there. You're just pulling from the ether.
You becoming a little part of it.
Mm-hmm. That's what the creative stuff's all about,
Yeah.
you know. So those of you guys that don't know, Mixman Shawn been doing music for a long time.
As long as you have.
Well, yeah. Yeah, we did it. I mean, we did music together in high school. A lot of funny stuff, just goofing around about our Safeway, and
Also last
uh,
week.
yeah, maybe last week too. Yeah, some things don't change. Um, but I remember those fun times, just goofing around, and then we'd burn it to a CD, and we'd drive around in your minivan and just bump it like we were the hottest fake rappers of all time.
No, it was real, bro. Back then,
It was fun.
that's all we had, and it was the realest shit ever.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. But in any case, like just that's creating music and creating art and things like that, because graphics, and we both do graphics and
Man.
things like that. So how did you even get started in it? You have a family that does music too, right? Your uncle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean everybody in my family, more or less, like
Yeah.
everybody's into a little bit, you know, uh, singing poetry, or like everybody somehow understands how to play an instrument,
Yeah.
drums, random, like yeah. I was always around it, but I'm creative in a different way because I don't
Mm,
actually get down with the instruments like that much. Like I understand it, I can figure out a melody, but I'm not a live performer type, you know.
right. I kind of struggle with that myself.
Yeah, it's tough, but you can rock out with your guitar though, you know.
Playing the guitar has probably been the most capable I've felt with that, but for sure. The hardest thing is singing and playing the guitar at the same time. I still
But
struggle with that.
that's your thing. You sing better when you're with the guitar. Like, don't you write all
Yeah,
your music on the guitar?
most of the time. Actually, sometimes I don't. I'll put an instrumental or a beat in the back, a backtrack of some kind, and that helps me like just get an idea or something like that. But sometimes that's actually something I'll make with my guitar. I'll
Mm-hmm.
just record it because I can't always play and write a song at the same time. Sometimes
Yeah,
it sometimes blocks me, but like if I'm in the zone, yeah, I'll just get going with whichever path I'm in. It's weird when you like can focus and create something, you know. You often find yourself in this thing called the zone, you know, where you're just locked in, and for whatever reason, every gear is focused on the thing you're working on, and
that's where the discovery happens in the zone.
yeah, yeah, that's true. It's a weird thing. Like all the creative people, I think, experience that.
Yeah. Do you
Um,
do you have to have the music before you start writing, or sometimes you just have something going, and then
Hmm.
you come up with the melody or something later.
Well, these days it's been a lot harder for me to actually write anything. Just focusing on other stuff and then shifting gears and trying to get back into it. You got to be in the right place, you know.
Yeah.
Some people are so good at just creating whenever and wherever they're at. I'm not necessarily that person. I have ideas and I have the inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that's there, but the setting matters, the frame of mind matters.
For
Like
real.
you got to draw on those things, like to be able to create something that you actually think is legit.
Mm-hmm. Always happens at the random times,
You know what
random
else too?
places.
Like I think it takes vulnerability. Like you can't just create something and then put it out there and get. You know you're gonna get crushed. Somebody's gonna
Yeah.
be like, "What the hell is this crap?" You know.
Always.
You know what
Always.
I mean? I was like, you hear
Yeah.
people talk about don't read the comments and all of this stuff. I bet,
Mm-hmm.
I bet like the ultra creatives, they hate reading the comments.
So yeah, some of the comments they don't really make no sense, and
Yeah,
yeah, because you know what, a comment is a comment. It's like, bro, let's turn that comment into a conversation and get to the end of this.
right.
Like, what are we talking about, fool? Like,
Yeah, sometimes there is no end. It's just a circular
yeah, sometimes just a
pile of
weirdo, like,
shit. Yeah, they're just going in circles trying to talk shit.
yeah.
Fan the flames. They call him the troll, right?
That's a big
And
fear that stops a lot of people from
yeah,
ever creating anything.
well, yeah, that's true. Like with music, well, one, my voice is jacked, and I already had like a quiet voice. So singing, rapping, putting my voice to a track or anything like that, I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah,
same, bro.
yeah,
Like, uh, I grew up around like real singers.
yeah,
So just to even attempt to be on the mic was
yeah.
like, come on, man. Like, how you gonna like try to sing in the presence of a real singer? And I'm not a singer. I don't be hitting notes
Yeah,
or like even if you're writing, it's like, dude, how you gonna, bro? There's like Shakespeare's around here, like you over here with your little poem, you know,
yeah. You feel like the riffraff.
bro. You always like,
Hmm. But I think when you put something out, like make it public, you're going to either get some support, usually from the people in your circle, give you a little
yeah,
support, but it's harder, I think, to discover a larger network with that creative side. So,
yeah,
like, you got to do the things. The live performers are really good. I follow quite a lot of them. They go around, they do shows and do all this brilliant stuff, and they're
bro.
awesome.
They
You
be
know, they're,
killing it.
they're so cool. You know, who were
Those
some
are the ones.
inspirations for you to like just like that said, "Oh man, I want to make some music." How did that happen for you?
Inspiration wise,
Yeah,
just watching my uncle sing and seeing him having like full control of the audience. Like it was like his show, and just saw people just sat there and just kind of like were this in this environment for a while, and like it was magic. It was magical.
yeah,
Like seeing him, I'm like, oh my god, like there's things happening here with music. Like he's just doing it with his voice.
yeah.
The
He,
poetry, like singing the poetry with so like passion
yeah,
and in on scale and shit, like in
yeah.
key.
I've heard
And
your uncle's music. It's really good.
bro, like yeah, like it
It's
be
like a
hit.
beautiful work of art. You know.
And he knows, like he has control over his voice. And just watching him,
Yeah.
because he would take me to his like shows with him, you know what I mean? So because I was just around, I didn't know any, my rhythm was always off. Because
Yeah.
when I was sit with them, try to like keep a rhythm, I was
Hmm.
always off. And he would look at me like how
Get your
you
shit
messing up?
together.
Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, bro. Because I didn't have it like in me, like, and I had to kind of like figure it out, like what's rhythm? How do I keep it?
Hmm.
But like watching him, it was like, oh, okay, poetry's one thing, melody's one thing, but you could combine it and you could deliver it in a way like you you know I've seen them take people to a whole another world,
Yeah.
and they get a relief out of it, or something happens. It's
They're
magical,
just
right?
enjoying it, you know, they're just embracing it and like you
Yeah,
can feel it. Music is cool like that.
and that's a good day. Those are good moments. That's a good evening. That's a whole good night. And then you know, watching him and just like even in school, just seeing like the effect poetry had on people, like how you could like somebody could tell your story with few words that are put together creatively.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, like I mean, even our like religious text are like sung in melodies,
Oh,
you know.
really?
Yeah, and those things when the music hits you, like Bob Marley says, you feel no pain or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But when the music hits you, you know it. You got hit, bro,
Yeah, no doubt.
for
Undeniable.
sure. When you get hit, you
You
know
put
what
it on
that
a
is.
loop. It's like a hypnotic. It's
Yeah, you don't want
interesting.
it to stop. Yeah, it's
It's
weird, right?
interesting how music in itself is just an interest, like all the things are, right? Like dancing and like
Yeah,
painting. What the hell? Why do we do this?
like
There's other
rhythm.
animals that like make patterns and that like do things, but a lot of them, I guess, appear to in nature to appear to be purposeful in a sense of like a mating ritual of some kind. Oh, I'm going to make this design so that so if I'm the male, I'm going to make this design on the seafloor so that this other female will be like, oh, damn, this dude, I'm going to come mate with this dude and we're going to procreate. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I think human creativity at times has some aspects of that, but sometimes it's not. It's like there's a experience happening inside of a human being that they want to convey in whatever medium that is.
mm-hmm.
Sometimes there's a purpose, like, oh, I want to have an artwork for my business. Oh, I want to have a cool sweatshirt design. You know what I mean? That
Yeah,
represents my brand or whatever I want to represent. Raider Nation for life. You know what I mean?
for
Like,
reals.
what but why? It's like, what? How do you know
Hey,
it's
you should
good?
always do that randomly.
Yeah, like
Randomly
just
in the
like
conversation, you're like, so yeah, this happened and
I
blah
do.
blah. Raider Nation.
Anyways, yeah, quit fronting. It's Raider Nation for life. Let's go.
Yep, for reals. This is a good ass burger, bro. Raider
Yeah, that's
Nation.
right. We don't win except for fashion points. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah. We ain't won since the 80s. But anyways, we've
yeah.
been winning since the 80s.
You can never bump that Khaled song. All I do is win.
Yeah, nope.
All I do is not win.
Yeah, they used to. It used to be just win, baby. But yeah, I think I like that stuff though. Like even in professional sports, there's a beyond the sport in itself. The
Mm-hmm.
best brands have a logo. They have a brand theme. They have the color scheme. They have the best art and whatever they got.
For real.
They come up with a marketing thing. You can't have a marketing thing without some kind of creativity. One of the actually,
Connecting the dots,
yeah, I was. This is funny, but I like commercials.
Yeah.
They're
Bro,
brilliant.
you
They're
should watch
fucking
Indian
brilliant.
commercials.
I've seen one where it's like some like John Wick shit, but like if John Wick met Spider-Man and they're like fucking flying over cars and shooting buildings down and shit like that. I don't remember what the commercial was about, but I've seen a couple of them like on YouTube.
No, bro, these fools, the Indian advertisement people are genius. I haven't seen much of the new one, but the old commercials will stay in your head for days, bro.
India's a
Yeah,
trippy
and you
place,
you
bro.
just walking around singing about some soap.
That's why I think it's funny. Cause
Yeah.
like I always used to joke around like, could you imagine if like your profession was the jingle man? Like you just made jingles. They'd be
Hell
like,
yeah.
hey Sean, I got a new detergent coming out, bro. I want to get the fucking stains out of here. I need you to make me a jingle. Can you make me a jingle, dude? I need this shit right now.
jingle all the way.
There's an episode of The Simpsons where they did this shit, and it was like a Japanese anime style, and it was, you got to watch it. I highly recommend. I'll find
Simpsons?
it. Simpsons is brilliant. Anyways, you already know they predict the future and all this stuff, but they had like this Japanese episode, and it was like that. It was like Homer Simpson, but he had like the anime eyes, you know, like the old anime eyes where there was like circular and a little cartoon shit floating in them, and he's like doing all the stereotypical Japanese stuff. It was just, oh man, they hit that marketing stuff real good, but the jingles just cracked me up. Yeah, Homer's hilarious, bro. I probably am Homer. That's why I'm bald.
No.
Got the belly, got the kids and stuff. Yeah, I just don't got the job at Mr. Burns.
Yeah.
What's Mr. Burns' boy's name? What's his dude? His little whipping boy?
Man, I don't know.
Smithers.
I know Smithers. Huh?
Yeah, Smithers, dude.
That's the dude that beginning to fight with Bart.
Nah, Smithers is Mr. Burns' little fucking secretary dude.
Okay.
Simpsons is hella creative, bro. Still after it. I think they've had so many.
Bro, they let the Indian dude go, huh? Apu dude.
Oh, they cut him out?
I think they cut him out because they were like, I think the Indians were mad. They're like, hey, you just clowning us.
No, that's a lie. He was the only representation they had.
Hell yeah, bro.
He was a fucking businessman. What they mad about?
It was the accent, I guess.
I guess. Was it not authentic?
Maybe not.
You gotta tell me. You know how we grew up. We grew up around everybody, so we're always capping on each other and just having
Straight
fun.
up. Hell yeah. Hey, that's the thing. I mean,
like people don't make fun of white people.
No,
Come
but
on.
you know he.
Well, of course, everybody gets made fun of. Why do we have to like cut characters out of cartoons because of their accent, bro? Like, there's some funny shit about like Indian accents in English.
He should have
shit about white people. Yeah, no doubt. He should have just fucking become like the mayor or some shit.
I don't know who woke up. You know, these fools are like, I'm woke.
They're asleep. That's what they are.
And like, you know, Apu gotta go. I'm like, bro, he's running a shop over here.
See, that's the kind of shit.
Motherfuckers got a whole business going on, and you want him to shut the shop down? Come on, man. He about to open another 7-Eleven down the street.
Deported his ass. That's fucking bullshit, dude. They're like, this is not inclusive enough. Let's deport him from Springfield.
Bro, he's a tax-paying citizen. That fool,
Shit. Shout out to Apu.
For real.
What he used to say in the show? Fuck, I don't even remember.
He said, "Thank you, come again," but like, a little more Indian than that.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't even want to do it because I'm like Indian. If I do it,
They're gonna get you. They'll cancel you.
No, not cancel it. Just like
just give you a hard time.
Thank you, come again.
I make white people accents all the time. You want to hear it?
But there's a lot of white people accents.
Shawn.
I think the funniest white people accent is like the southern one, but I like it. It's not like funny in the funny way.
Fried taters.
When they be,
Yeah, no doubt. The South is dope.
You ever heard Indian people with the South accent?
Fuck no, that would be cool as hell.
I know a couple fool.
Okay, well you just got to bring them on just so we can experience this.
Y'all, this and that.
Hey y'all. He said that. Thank y'all. Come again.
Ooh,
that would be good.
Freaking Southern Apu, bro. Thank y'all.
That's how they bring him back. He's been in Louisiana this whole time, getting a Creole, catching them crawdads.
Bruh. No, for real, bro.
All the Louisiana fam out there.
Yeah, they need to have a different.
Fuck that accent.
Imagine Apu takes the fucking empire and makes it a franchise. Now there's fools in New York. But they talk New York, It's still
New York is cool as hell, man. We gotta bring my friend on from New York.
He's selling coffees out there.
Yeah, no doubt, exactly. Oh man, creative people are cool though. I think
those are the only cool people, man. I don't like other fools. Like they just be.
Yeah, they're just NPCs, bro. They're the fucking non-playable characters. They're them, dude. They're just an empty vessel. You lack creativity. You can't be in my circle. Get out of here. Ejectocito, cuz.
Like, man, like you gonna bore me hella quick sitting
Yep.
here doing nothing.
Fired. You fired.
You're fired.
You
Hey, that used
fired.
to be Trump's little thing, right?
I
On
know,
the
dude.
show.
That was the shit, dude. You
Dang.
fired.
Imagine if he did the same thing if he's hired somebody. You're hired.
He probably does. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. Believe me. You're hired. I need you for this job.
You're hired. I'm gonna
My
send
Trump
you a little
impression's
document.
terrible.
That's fucking crazy. Hey, you're fired. I'm gonna send you a document.
Yeah, no doubt.
Sign that shit.
Sign that shit for the taxes. Yeah. So your uncle was like your first inspiration, your first like impression of like, let me make music because I want to make people feel like that. And
Yeah.
I like feeling like that.
Oh, I was like, can I do that
You were
too?
young, right?
Yeah, I was
Oh, so it
just,
made you think like,
I was like, can I sing that? Or like, and I found out like I can't. Some
right.
people can't. They just have it. You don't
Well,
have to.
you kind of learn your limitations and then you find your space.
Yeah,
Right.
then I had to find my own way to get creative because I was hella into it.
Yeah.
I couldn't. There's like one thing I never got over. Is like I still love it.
Yep.
I'm just, yeah, I'm not hitting notes like that. But bro, I make some cool stuff in my own way. Like I figured out what the fuck I could do.
I agree. It was 2019, 2019. I was in Texas, and I think you had just. It was actually the first time you put an album together that was Mixman Shawn. It was like you as the main artist because you were just doing features. You would do singles and stuff like that, but you were like producing tracks for other people. But 2019, Mixman
Hmm.
Shawn, Punjabi hip hop king.
Yeah, yeah. I took a little break and then I was like, man, I'm gonna do something I love making. You know?
It was really good, bro. Like obviously I'm biased because you're like my best homie,
Hell yeah.
and and I've seen I've done music with you. We sat in the apartment on Montclair, and that's where we got this
Bro,
inspiration for.
oh, dude, those days.
But that's what I mean is like seeing the evolution of your friend, and like when you put your own music out there like that. So there was another inspiration of mine, Tool, right?
Same.
So around that same, I think they put their music out that year too. They hadn't done an album in forever because they
Yeah,
did
yeah.
the Innocuous album come out. I was TDY. I was in Texas, and it was a crazy experience. I was there for a training, and my wife and I, Elena, was like, go get this dog. So I actually adopted my dog Callie from the SPCA,
I remember that.
rescued her, and that same day was Tool album's release.
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't find it anywhere, so I had to end up just downloading the digital. But so I'd listen to that, and I switched between the Tool album and the Mixman Shawn playlist
Hell yeah.
on my drive home. Just that's it. And there was like just some good vibes like the whole drive home. I drove from Texas back to Cali in like a day, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
It was
There's a song called Kelly on the album.
yep, that's right. And that's one of my favorite ones on that song. And there's another one, I think it's called Churion. I don't know how you say that.
Yeah, Churian, yeah.
Churion, where you had the graphic of like you sitting on the back of like a UFO in space.
Yeah,
But
that picture's from Atlanta at some lake, like Lake
so
Chattanooga.
in that song, if anybody gets curious, go check out Sean's YouTube and look at that. Look at these two songs. Listen to them. You don't have to understand Punjabi. Just listen to the music and enjoy it for what it is. But Churian has so many cool little sounds in the background, bro. I had to listen to it so many times. I think you had crows in there.
Crows and
Yeah, it was
yeah,
just
there's some samples which
you were
I
doing some crazy Kanye West shit in there.
bro, yeah, yeah. Me and my homie Coco, I started the song off, and then my homie Coco, he does my mixing and mastering.
Yeah,
He got we got in there. We're like, he's like, needs another tone. We need like
yeah,
an Indian female. So we hopped on YouTube and listen to some old Indian songs and chopped up like a melody from like a Bollywood song, but
Yeah.
we you know remixed it a little bit,
Yeah.
change a couple of things to make it fit on this. People can't even tell that there's a sample in there. Like you gotta, I mean, it's there, but it's hard to detect that
Yeah.
what sample it is. It sounds dope. Like it was a vibe, making that.
Oh yeah. You can that was your best like of everything you've made, that product that you made was so bomb, dude.
Hell
And
yeah,
I
and it
think
was
you put like
really.
the instrumentals out at a different time, but those were
Hmm.
really good as well. I think you did one with like the Coke bottle or something in there. That was dope.
Yep.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I like
I,
listening to those things. You definitely hit the mark on the you were in the zone in those times for sure. We talked about the zone.
but yeah. I mean, that's all I wanted to do for a while. Like, just something I want to do, because you end up working with different people or like different markets and this and
Yeah.
that. Like your focus is entirely different, and then like you don't necessarily enjoy everything you're doing. And
Facts.
and 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 music was something that I do for fun. And if it wasn't fun, then like I don't need to be doing all that. Like
Yeah.
So
We got some
I
creative friends too, don't we?
do, yeah. I mean, yeah. Hell fools, like in
Yeah.
different ways too.
Yep.
Nobody does the same thing. Everybody's like trippy in their own way.
Yep. Yeah, I think two of our three of our creative friends that come to mind from just high school days, but even into now. We had
Oh,
Mark Avalos back when we were in high school. He was a little anime dude,
mm-hmm.
but obviously we've kept friendships a little further
No,
along
I was
with
gonna say that.
Dave and
I, ha-
Derek.
I had Dave do the album cover,
Yeah, he did the Punjabi Hip Hop King one. Yeah,
and I wanted him to do that thing so bad because we always talk about doing something creative. And I was like,
yeah.
after I took a break and I started, I was like, all right, let me hit up Dave. Like, yo, you owe me a piece, bro. Like,
He did music with us for a little bit. Remember?
nah,
But I was always
I
talking.
wouldn't say that.
It was always like techno.
No,
He liked
he
that
ta-
shit though.
he tapped into some DJing though. He legit had some techniques and shit. He
Hmm.
had good. He had vinyl. He had a
No,
whole setup,
yeah, no, I know he had a mixer. He
and
had two turntables.
he knew what he was doing too, lightweight, but he didn't do it.
Yeah, yeah. It wasn't his thing. And you already know, we have our friends. Some of our friends, if it's not their thing, they ain't going all in on it.
No, but he kills it on with the pen look.
He's a beautiful artist, like his pen work, the pencil work. I love his character designs. They're crazy sometimes, but yeah.
When I hit him up, he was like, "I'm rusty. I don't do this," and
Yeah,
he's
then
a
you see his
perfectionist.
work. You see
And
his work. You're like, how the fuck is that rusty, bro?
he doesn't want to push it out. I was like, bro, I don't care what you do, fool. Like for this, I need you to make this.
Yeah.
You gotta put in some work.
It
Like
came
make
out
me
cool. It looks like you. I know it's like half of your face and then the lyrics on the other side, or the
yeah. He
title.
he he killed it, bro. He made me look hella dope. Like I was like in
Yeah.
a fucking some anime. I was like, hell yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, it was really
Like
cool.
yeah, I want to do another project like that. Maybe me, you, and Dave. Have him get on some graphic shit.
Oh, anybody, yeah, like any of our friends that are interested in using their creative outlet, I would
Yeah,
love to. Any if
not.
even if they're not in our circle, but people that might be listening that are creative, that they know people that are creative, and they want and that are looking to collaborate. I'm always interested in that.
Nah,
I did
Dave
it.
be killing it, bro. Like if people want to check out his work, go to
Yeah,
his page. It's Das Me Designs. His last name is Das Das.
yeah.
So he goes Das dot me, like that's me
Hmm.
designs. I mean, he don't post much. He gotta post shit.
Yeah, he's gotta get inspired, but that's
Not
part of
much
the
of a poster,
conversation. Yeah,
He's
yeah.
not a poster. He's a flyer.
Yeah. I like that. More of a postcard from time to time. It's occasional. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a letter.
A finely written letter. A scroll, a papyrus scroll from the ancient days. No, yeah, they got the finest touch.
Bro, I was like,
Derek
bro.
was really good. Our friend Derek, Derek, if you're out there, shout out. Dave,
Oh yeah, Derek be
shout out.
killing it too.
He was really good at
Mr.
seeing
D
what
Rock.
see what was yeah for sure
We
seeing what
worked together.
in the real world, seeing what it was. He could take what he sees and make it come to life on that page. Really, really good with his
Yeah,
hand. He was the best at that. I think that was his greatest. I really enjoyed his greatest works when he would recreate something that he saw um, in there. He could do that. He had that ability. Some people are like that, man, where they had that photographic memory and they
bro.
can just
People who could do that, I'm
yeah,
always like, wow, bro.
yeah.
Like,
We had a cool group of folks. We didn't have a lot of musical folks in our group, just you and me, I think.
yeah, we had Justin a little bit, and Steve used to dabble
Steve
into a
Dahl,
little
yeah.
bit.
Steve was in his
Steve's a
own.
legit DJ, you know. I mean, he
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
really.
He was badass on the music, but technology was his thing. Then other
Yeah, he's
people,
another. He's a little alien, bro.
yeah, he got some
He's
other
not
shit.
from here.
We got to get Steve on here to talk about some shit.
Steve is not from here. I for real believe
Yeah,
Steve. They
he's a
just
transplant from another universe, no
bro.
doubt.
They put him here. Like the amount of
Yeah,
shit he be doing is like, bro, you're not a regular dude,
he's a
bro.
guru. He's a real guru, not a fake monk like Jay Shetty. Hey,
And nah, Steve's a
remember?
real monk, bro.
So I want to share some thoughts of like how I got into creative shit, like being just in my bedroom,
Mm-hmm.
kind of away, like we don't have the distractions back in the day. We didn't have the things. We had the radio, but I
Mm-hmm.
had this small cassette recorder. It was like a little kid thing, with primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, and you could record or play cassettes in it.
Yeah,
And so I would play the radio and I would record just like we're doing podcasts right now, but I had my own fake radio show.
that's so
And
dope, bro.
even one of the neighbor kids, my old homie Ray um, Rodriguez, he would come over and we'd goof around. I wish I had those tapes. We were so stupid. We had a
Yeah.
fake radio show called The Richter. It was like 106 The Richter, shaking things up. Like we were being radio DJs, and then we'd like make a mixtape,
Man.
get little skits and stuff. But I always listened to the different radio channels,
Mm-hmm.
and when I got into hip hop, it was like I wanted to make the music that was in the beats in the background. I heard that, because this was like the time of hip hop when it was jazz, background beats, and kind of
Eric B.
morphing into West Coast shit. Early '90s. I was little. I was like 6, 7 years old when I had my radios and I was flipping through, and I just loved that stuff. Like MC Hammer was coming out. He
Yeah, yeah,
was
yeah.
from the Bay Area, so he was too legit to quit all those things.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
had
yeah.
dope ass R&B back then. R&B was so good back then. Oh my god, it was untouchable, dude. Like this.
Bro, when I moved here, you and Steve put me up on all the best shit.
Yeah,
Like Steve gave me a lot of
rock and
the
roll.
rock,
Yeah.
and then you gave me the Eric B and Rakim album,
Mm-hmm.
and you know what I mean, a
The Jungle
bunch of stuff.
Brothers.
Yeah,
I had
and you
all
were
that.
like,
Beastie Boys.
you were like, listen to this, and I did, bro, and I went.
My first instrument was the clarinet. I played. Well, I sung before that. I did the choir for a year, but I was
Mm,
in some program called GATE, Gifted and Talented Education. I guess I tested
mm-hmm.
well. I've always loved to read and study shit. So like I was
Yeah, I
in
remember that.
third grade, I was kind of a nerd. I had like Apollo 13 and Jurassic Park. I'm reading these thick ass books, and everybody's like, "What the hell?" But
Hey, my
um,
bad.
we did creative shit though. Like we made up plays, and we went out and we did like science labs. It was just a different kind of education. I'm so grateful that I accidentally fell into that, and it taught me different things. Like I got into music because of that, because I was comfortable being curious. I remember my teachers, bro. I remember every single teacher I ever had,
Mm-hmm.
and um, especially the elementary school kids were. I had friends that were like I was really close to in the moment, and then I had friends at home in the neighborhood. That was my family,
Yeah.
and because I was the oldest of my siblings, so I was like alone a lot unless I was outside, and outside was diverse. I got exposed to like Afghani music,
Yep.
I had a lot of like African American friends in the neighborhood. That's where the hip hop came from for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but they like rock and roll too. It wasn't like that was the only thing, but they were like into the hip hop because their parents were into the hip hop, and that's where I learned shit. That's where I
Yeah.
learned like white people can't say the N word, like, like all
I
kinds of
yeah.
shit. You know what I mean? Um, it was that, and then um, Cambodian music. All our friends were mixed up from all over the
Yeah.
world, Nicaragua, and all those things. So that exposure was great, but I
We
fourth
had
grade,
one of everybody, but just
yeah,
about one.
yeah, just those experiences, like not everybody gets those. So I think that helped me like feel comfortable to explore that shit. So I'd be in the room listening, recording like little things, and then writing dumbass songs and joke songs because I always like comedy too. So I was always being funny. All my songs in the old days back when we were kids were all just stupid. I would like write songs about Jesus and our English teacher and Safeway and fucking you name it. Dumbass fake
Oh
gangster
yeah.
rap.
Anything and everything.
Yeah. So it was just that, but I remember things. Learning the clarinet was difficult. So I played that fourth, fifth grade, got it. I was still playing it in the sixth grade,
Was that
but
by choice, or your mom was like, "Hey, you better learn
no,
some"?
I didn't have instruments. So
Uh-huh.
they did a demonstration. So like somebody came in and played the clarinet in class, and I was like, oh, I want to play that.
Mm. That's
So
dope.
yeah, so that's how I got into it. And they were like, oh, cool, you can get loaner instruments. You just got to buy the reeds because it was a wood. It's a wood instrument, so you buy the reed to attach to it like a saxophone or oboe or any of that.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I
yeah.
played
There's
that,
a shop in
but
downtown
so
Concord.
I'm like, but I listened to so many different radio channels on the thing, so um, I can't remember his name now, of course, but I think his last name was Miller, but he was a jazz musician and he played the clarinet, and I was like, oh, this dude's dope, and he
Mm-hmm.
had some great fucking songs, brilliant stuff. The jazz music is like phenomenal. So that's why.
Yes.
So this is how like I switched instruments. Got into sixth grade, and it was me and a dude named Steve Kohler. We ain't cool no more, but we were boys for a while. He was just chaos, man, and he didn't treat people right. In any case,
Damn.
like we were friends for a long time, but shit happens. But we played clarinet together, ran track together, we did all that shit
Damn.
together.
A
But
little duet, huh?
yeah, so the funny thing was, it was just me and him were the only dudes playing clarinet.
Yeah.
So we were like,
You guys are like
what
Squidward.
the fuck?
Squidward.
Nah, but it was like all girls, and the rest of them was all girls. So I was like, nah, man. I'm not like overly to the top, but I fucking like the masculine shit. So I looked around at all the girls playing this instrument. I can't fucking play this instrument anymore.
Yeah, where the drums at?
Nah, so I was just like, I was gonna quit. I was
Yeah.
straight up gonna quit band, and my Mr. Lester, we used to rip this dude because his name was Lester. We'd call him Mr. Molester.
Oh, hell's going.
I know, we used to fuck with him all the time.
It's fucked up.
Yeah, we would get in time. I would just get in trouble. He would kick me out of the room. Me and Steve would get kicked out of the room, so we'd go in the back. He would make us go in the back room, and we would like try to evade the fucking like motion sensors and stuff. But while I was in the back room, I'm like, fuck, man, I still want to play music. I just can't go back to playing the clarinet.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, man. You gotta breathe
So,
heavy in there.
so he actually was like, all right, dudes, what the hell? I got to kick you out of class every day. What's going on? And I was like, I was
I
like
can see,
straight
yeah,
with him.
you getting kicked out of class. That's
I was straight with them. I'm like, I can't play this
unbelievable.
instrument because it's all girls playing this instrument. And I was like, I want to play the trumpet,
There you
and
go.
I will learn it. I will learn it. He's like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah. Two dudes, these dudes too. One of them's name's Dan Jordan. Good man. Dan Jordan put in work, bro. This dude was just another kid, man. He's still an awesome musician. I don't know if he's doing his thing on Facebook anymore, but I gave him a shout out when we decided to actually pair up and do Mark Project and put our songs out.
Mm-hmm.
But he spent time to teach me how to play the trumpet.
That's so dope.
And I only played it for 2 years, well, 2.5, but I that changed my perspective on music, and it opened me up to a lot more, taught me how to learn more. So I always say, hey, people out there that have friends that are trying to help you or whatever the case may be, you know, I love the trumpet. Someday I want to get another one. Clarinet too. I love instruments. But that diversity, switching to one, learning another, having a friend come and help me, taught me what music communities can be about. Like, hell, even Steve, I remember Steve, 8th grade, I think it was him, a girl named Kelly, and somebody else. They did a Aerosmith. No, sorry, not Aerosmith. They did a Aeroplane by Red Hot Chili Peppers. They performed that at our 8th grade thing. You
That's
remember
awesome.
that? I remember
No,
that.
I don't remember that, but I would have loved to
They
see
did,
that.
they did the talent show or whatever in
I
our
remember
in our
Steve played the
auditorium.
bass.
Yeah, and so they did
Yeah.
that. They did Aeroplane by Red Hot Chili Peppers. So
Bro,
like,
since my bad, since we're talking about Steve,
yeah,
you know how I got introduced to Tool?
by him.
No, like yeah, bro. I was in one of our classes, sitting doing math or whatever, and then Steve's listening to like the song Pravla,
Yeah.
and there's that part where the Indian drums come in.
Oh yeah.
So Steve's just sitting there doing his thing, listening to Tool, and the drums come in. He's like, "Hey, I know somebody who recognizes this instrument. This Indian
Yep.
dude." He comes in and puts the fucking headphones on my head, and I'm like, I heard it. I lit a snippet. I was like, oh shit, this is kind of dope.
Game changer.
And I'm like, Steve's like, you like that? I'm burn you a CD. Next day, he brought me that shit, and I was just, man, I ain't fucking
No,
heard that shit.
listen.
Back to back.
Everybody else that was burning CDs was burning CDs, and it just looked like fucking some scritchety scratch. This dude did something extra. Okay, my copy that he gave me of Lateralis album off of Napster that he burned was like a fucking beautiful artwork on the CD. It was the like the eyes, the Alex Gray art with the
It was
eyes,
a gift,
the flaming eye.
bro. Back then, that was a gift.
Yeah, we
That
had
was
the
like-
best friends, dude. We had dope ass friends.
That was like, bro, you couldn't just go get music. It wasn't like, hey, I'm just gonna stream something. Like, bro, to have a song that's not even. Man, we had
Yeah,
the albums that having the albums same day it was dropped was big, and
now it's instant. It's instant.
I know Steve
streaming.
took like 2 hours to download one song. It took him like probably all day to get one album.
Oh yeah. There was like friends like him. It gave me. There was other friends too that like introduced me to different genres of music. But like he was into Slipknot. Other guys were into like some other stuff.
Yeah,
There was another friend of ours, Matt Munch. I remember Matt and Lennon.
man,
Lennon was another kid, and they liked that
Munch was
stuff
hella
too.
cool. Matt Munch,
Oh yeah, he was the
hella
man,
cool.
bro. Yeah, I ended up running into him. Like, I came home on Air Force leave, and he was like a manager over at the Brennan Theater.
No fucking way.
And so I was like pumped up. I'm like, "What's up, Matt? What's going on?" Just had a moment. It's just
Dude, I
you lose touch with people, bro. You know what it is, but you just have good memories of them, and they had good impacts on your life. But he was a creative dude. Actually, one of my guitars, I gave it to him. I gave him one of my guitars.
How'd you get
my
into
6
guitar?
strings.
From clarinet to trumpet to because I only know that you do guitar.
Yeah, so I stopped trumpet, and 8th grade was my last year in band. So I was in the band class. So we would do performances from 4th grade through 8th grade. So 4 years of that. And then when I
Dope.
got to high school, it's that transformative year. It's really hard to like just be yourself in high school.
Bro.
And I had a lot of deep thoughts. I had a hard time fitting in, believe it or not. I just didn't feel comfortable. Football, I loved football. That was what I always wanted to play. But I was a dumbass. I didn't know what the hell was going on.
You played football though.
I did. I played 2 years of football, but that's why I stopped band, was because I wanted to do football. And I did 2 years. I kept my grades up. I wasn't a starter or anything special, but I had so much fun out there with just playing. But I just didn't know anything because I missed summer camp. I didn't know the plays. I didn't have a playbook, nothing. So I was like, fuck. So sophomore year is when I started playing guitars because after football season, I'm like, fuck. My mom's boyfriend and her kind of broke up, but he was a guitar player. My mom's a guitar player, so there was a
Hmm.
guitar in the house. So I just picked that bitch up and I started teaching myself. And then I started getting friends like junior year, started getting friends that played guitar. We would play a little bit together or I would just play outside every day. So I
Yeah.
practiced every day. I learned, I taught myself. Back then it was really a lot harder to get tablature and things like that that would teach you how to play without knowing how to read music. I knew how to read music for clarinet and trumpet, but not with guitar or piano. So, I've
Right.
been teaching myself piano too since 2020, but off and on here and there, but you know, I know the general stuff. But that's how I got into it cuz I stopped football. My grades plummeted, so I couldn't play junior year. So I just was like, well, I got to do something cuz I was getting really restless. And
Hmm.
but it helped me find myself. I think it's my favorite instrument for sure. I really enjoy it. I'm not great at it, but
I think
I'm
guitar is my
I'm like
favorite too.
I'm like a good rhythm guitar player.
Hmm.
I actually really enjoy the electric guitar. If I could, build myself a nice deck and whatever, that's where I would tear it up. But I play a lot of acoustic because I just like that music a lot, like for everything for such a wide range of music is created on the acoustic guitar by itself. It's just
Bro, I think it's the
phenomenal.
best instrument to write on. Like,
Mm. Piano, I think, is comparable. The
yeah,
I
but
because
guitar,
of
bro.
because of the 88 keys, whatever it is, you just have such a broad scope. You can do the same thing, like play some chords, just generic stuff. You can do the same thing on guitar, and it comes together. So like comparable, but guitar's a versatile instrument for sure. It's in a lot of different genres.
Yeah. Um, Somehow when I hear guitar, I want to write.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know. The sound of the guitar is amazing.
yeah. Our next song we gotta get out there is that instrumental with that guitar on there. Gotta pump that shit. Let it rip.
That Germany library guitar,
Nope. That's the one we use for the um, theme
the
song for the
intro.
show. Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
already out there. A couple people hit me up, said the music sounds good on that one, so they like that one. I'm talking about the one I sent you in the middle of the night. I literally just called it inspiration.
Oh,
The
yeah,
little
yeah,
loop,
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
loop
yeah.
sample.
That one,
The
the
loop
new
sample.
one. Yeah,
Yeah, we got to put that one out there.
yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
at the
yeah. That thing came out dope.
yeah. So this is episode 4. Maybe at the end of this track, maybe not. We'll let you know.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. We'll plug it in here and there.
Cause that one's simple, but I was vibing that, and I played it for a few people, and they were like, "Oh, that's dope."
Uh huh.
It's like one of the simplest things we've ever created, but it was fun
Love it.
because I was having fun in the garage. One thing I do. One of our other conversations about mental health,
Mm-hmm.
just playing the guitar and singing songs helps me, man. I just go out there
Bro,
and I
hell
just
yeah.
jam out and I have a good time. Just me in my garage by myself till my voice goes out.
Yeah.
You know,
Hell yeah, bro. You gotta jam out.
I got blisters on me fingers. But yeah, everything from the Beatles, like I like the like I went you go through the whole thing. I was big Jimi Hendrix when I first got into guitar,
Mm-hmm.
Led Zeppelin, all the 60s, 70s shit. Um and the oldies even before that, the 50s too. Like I'll be playing to this day I'll be playing like La Bamba and just different classics like that, like Earth Angel, and I just like those, man. Like they're fun. They're simple. You play the basic chord, you ding 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 ding, and you just have fun.
Yeah.
It's good. You can be creative and just relax. So
I think keeping it simple is what they try to, tell you.
yeah.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Oh, my mom loved funk music.
How can you not?
It's the shit. So she had like George Clinton Parliament Funk records in the house or cassettes in the house. So I'd be fucking them up
Mm-hmm.
all the time. So, and she had a pretty nice
I,
stereo system.
I want to be a funk music guy.
Oh, it's so good. Funk music, jazz music, so good. Funk music, so good. It's beautiful stuff, man. It's so much fun. The funk has the energy though, bro. Like it's
People always say,
untouchable.
when something's cool, like, oh, that's funky, bro.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
right. That's true.
I try to make funky shit, My shit is a little funky.
Oh yeah. And sometimes you get in that West Coast G funk kind of vibe. I've heard some music that you
G-funk.
made that has some of that in there.
Little, yeah, a little funky,
Yeah.
I try to make it a little
Oh,
funky.
the '90s rap was so good,
It was,
bro.
yeah,
Dr. Dre, Warren G, all that
yeah.
shit was so fucking good.
Yeah, the 90s when it got really
DJ
better,
Quick, oh man,
when people started really composing the beats and having
yeah.
hooks and badass verses and yeah,
I
then it was,
West Coast was the best shit though.
yeah, like shit was like real songs.
Hmm. I think the '80s was rap was dominated by its originator, of course, East Coast, New York, Queens,
But
Queens
the
and
flows were
Brooklyn.
boring. I know, like,
Nah, not to me. Not to me. The Queens in Brooklyn,
yeah,
like it starting out was like very syncopated, so it's like ding 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 ding. Oh, like Sugar Hill
my
Gang.
Adidas.
Yeah,
But like, yeah, bro, like I found them hella, like, come on, man. Like,
yeah.
hella
It
little
didn't have.
flow.
It wasn't as cool, but like
Yeah.
again. But then you had Eric B, Rakim.
Eric
Yeah,
B was dope. Is dope.
his beats was dope.
Yeah.
Rakim's flow untouchable. And then there's so many more like CL Smooth. Fuck, dude. There's so many East Coast old schools. Um, Big Daddy Kane. Come on, these guys
Yeah.
had they were the shit, bro. But West
Hell
Coast came
yeah.
along and just changed the game. It
For
changed the
reals.
game, and it was so sick. Like, even if it's gangster rap and it's whatever,
It
whatever,
was like
it was
super
fucking coolest shit ever, bro. Come on.
so stylish, bro. Like it was the flyest shit ever.
Yeah. What's your favorite song from that era?
A bunch of the Snoop Dogg stuff.
Yeah, Snoop.
A lot of
Snoop's so cool.
Whatever Dr. Dre produced.
Yeah.
Um
You
yeah, bro,
vibe
like just Snoop shit, like one, two,
regulators to me.
to the foul. Regulators.
Regulators and five on it.
Dun, dun,
Dun,
dun,
dun,
dun.
dun,
Yeah.
dun. Yeah, come on. Yeah, five on it. Come on, dude. Five
That
on it.
sample. I
And the
got
five on it remix with
five.
E40 on it. Come on.
Why you treat me so bad?
Yeah. Yep, exactly.
Bro, 40, how come 40, bro, 40 kills every song.
Of course.
You
He
could put
embraces
on
his
anything.
weirdness.
You could give him a basic beat, just the drum and the snare.
Oh, he
He will
embraces
make
his
that cool.
weirdness. You know, people don't like him if they ain't from the Bay because they don't know how weird we are out there.
They don't understand how dope his flow is.
They don't think it's dope though.
Nah, man.
But you know what's funny though?
You put
Because like,
40 on any song?
all right, so back early 2000s, I would be playing, before 2010, I'd play E40 stuff. And I'm
Yeah.
all over the world, same as you were moving around doing your thing. But like I'd go and I'd be with people in the Air Force from all over the world. I play E40, but E40 sucks.
Hell no.
Dude can't even flow. He can't.
It's like, bro, you can't catch
But
his flow.
so now, 10, 15 years later, after these conversations that I've had with these people, they're like, oh, E40's you, OG, he's that, he's this. Come on, man.
But
Music
E40's
is
all,
music. We're being nerds about it right now.
yeah,
You know
no,
what I
but
mean?
he's always say, 40 be saying the coolest shit.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
it's so funny.
his timing,
I could sell water to an Eskimo.
yeah, and the way he be saying it,
What do you say?
and
Ice to an Eskimo.
at the end he be like, ooh,
Mm-hmm.
but yo, like you could, bro, like even the song with him and Tupac on it, like check his timing, bro. He just comes different, like
Yeah.
the way he rides the beat.
He don't give a fuck about it. He just says his cool shit that he want to say. Nobody's like it.
Nobody's gonna say what 40 just said,
No, ever. They can't even
Man,
try. Well,
yeah.
yeah, his nephew, right? You did a song with Fab?
I did a couple of songs with Fab, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Fab's cool,
Who?
man. I love how he's always down to like collab with whoever, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? He's always in the
Just kind of
lab.
like
He's
you kind of accidentally ran into him and decided to say, "Hey, let's do a track."
no, this was like way back in the days. I got a verse from him like back in the days, then I lost the verse
Yeah.
because I lost a hard drive, so I never put that shit out, but it was a dope ass verse. That's when I found out how dope Fab is. Like you could give him a little script. He's like a
Yeah.
chat GBT rapper.
Yeah.
It's like you have to give him a script. Like Fab, I want you to say this, this, and this. Just like chat GBT, bro, Fab will
You
spit
just
that
spit
shit
it
out.
out.
Like, and it'd be like
This is a
perfect. Like, damn
computer.
fool. I'm like, what kind of chat GBT shit is going on here?
That's
But
what's up.
Fab's like that, bro. And we did it in Martinez at like somebody's house, at one of the homies' apartment.
Yeah.
Me and one of my homies, my brother-in-law, we went there, and I had made a bunch of beats because I was like, I don't know if Fab's probably gonna sit there, be like, I don't like it, I don't like
Right.
it.
Right. You want to have some in the rotation.
I had like 17 beats on that shit. Fab heard first
Yeah.
couple, and he immediately it's like he liked something. He's like, no, this. He liked the second beat on it.
Yeah. That was a cool
Real
song.
cool. Yeah. Well, after I lost the session or whatever, the hard drive got lost. I had to have him like respit it to a different beat and whatever. I mean, it was still a dope ass verse. I was still able to put it out, but it took a while to get this shit out. But I'm
Yeah.
glad. I'm glad Fab was down to
Yeah.
be on my album and shit like
And
on two songs.
you like to when you do put vocals out, you prefer to do that in Punjabi.
That's where I feel comfortable. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
like
Because you can write you feel the flow is better than in your
yeah,
English.
I feel it more. Yeah, I feel like I have more control over like how I say shit, on the mic.
Yeah.
I don't have that in English. I just don't.
And then you did another song with who was that other Bay Area rapper?
Oh,
Cool
Cool
John.
John,
Yeah,
Cool
Cool John.
John. Yeah,
That was a
yeah,
cool song too, little belly dancer, right?
yeah. Cool,
Cool.
yeah, cool. Bro, Cool's actually really cool.
Yeah. I like how he has like a little marketing thing going with his like what is that, a
Yeah,
smiley face or something?
yeah. Shmop Life, bro. Their whole camp is mad
They
cool.
got a whole crew.
Yeah, Oops All Berry. They have a little cannabis brand. They all they
Damn.
just hang. Yeah, they're just hanging out and making badass beats.
Just being creative people.
Yeah, yeah.
They're pretty cool to kick it with.
Super. Yeah, I told Cool, I was like, yo, I'm making a song with Fab. I let him hear it. He's like, I want to hop on that. I was like, pull up. He came to my house. We kicked it.
Yeah.
He wrote it right there. And I didn't want to rap on it. First, I was like, I'm just gonna. I've already made the beat, and I
Yeah.
got Fab and Cool on the same song. This shit is done.
Yeah.
But when I heard it, I was like, man, when am I gonna get a chance to rap with Fab and Cool?
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
Then I was like, I just got inspired. I was like, you know what? I
Gotta
got the
let it rip
hook.
at that point, right?
I was like, yeah, I'm a hop on this one real quick.
Yeah.
Do my little Punjabi thing. I'm glad I did. You know what I mean? Like,
Why
hey,
not? That's why you are who you are.
yeah. I mean,
Gotta have fun, enjoy it, and put some stuff out there in the universe.
yeah. That was what I was trying to do with the album. I was trying to do something cool, something I love.
Yeah.
Something I feel good about. And kick it with my homies, make music, have Dave do the album, kick it with my homie, mix them like the whole process, the mixing and mastering sessions. We
Hmm.
would kick back, go get some sushi, drink a little bit, mix it down.
No doubt.
The whole process. Yeah, I'm glad I did that because I wanted to give myself an album,
Yeah.
because I had like about 100 songs out, but nothing
Yeah.
for me. It was like I did a beat for so and so, a little beat, little this.
Hmm.
I wasn't into it.
Well, I
Like,
remember back in the day, like you even had some stuff get rotation on like MTV2,
mhm.
especially overseas. You know.
MTV, BBC,
Yeah.
yeah, even on like local radios, bro. We've
Yeah.
been on, me and you been on a local radio, but like I've been on I think a 94.9 one time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or even like the Bad Girls Club and shit like that. I mean,
Yeah.
once you push it out there, it ends up somewhere.
Somebody will pick it up. Yep. That's how it
Yeah.
is. All right,
But in the
Sean.
moment, you're not
Hey,
thinking
I
about
got a
that.
question for you. If you had a moment to tell someone who's creative, doesn't even have to be music, it can be, but you've been creating a lot of things. So like your body of work's out there, and you know, you us as amateur creatives, what would you recommend? Like some tips for people to help them confidence, help them with confidence, and help them with like competence, like things you can do to feel comfortable to put your stuff out there for people to listen to, and also sharpen your skills. What are some tips that you might give people?
I guess get good at what you're doing. So practice because
Yeah.
if you love something, you got to spend time with it. And you have to know if it's worth putting out. Because if you don't know the difference yourself, the world's not going to be nice to you. There are chances that they're going to be more on the mean side. So, I mean, you want to be for sure that what you're making is at least you love it. You know what I mean? At least
Mm-hmm.
it's coming from a pure place. It's it's actually a real representation of what you're trying to do. You know what I mean? Like you'll know when you're creating something, you'll know.
Yeah.
You should have some sort of a feeling about it. It should be a strong feeling. Um, and if you can't tell the difference, you're not there yet. So you not saying stop.
Yep.
Put more love into it. Spend more time in it. And when it's cooking, like the right song or the right piece of art will meet you. It'll reveal itself. You'll you'll get there and you'll know. But it's a feeling. You it just comes to you
Yeah.
when something dope happens. Because before you even start creating, you're a fan of something. It's like you heard something dope and you knew, yeah, this is dope. So you know the difference between what's dope and what's not.
Yeah.
So if you can tell, if you so it takes a little bit of knowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know this is you heard something, there's something you like about that. So now you know what you like. Is that some does that reflect in your work? A little bit, yeah. You're on a path.
Mm-hmm. It's
Keep
kind of, it can make you feel nervous, huh? Like sometimes you're like, ah, shit, I
yeah,
like this. I wonder what people are gonna think about this.
yeah. And maybe yeah, maybe that thought is holding you back because some people don't overthink their stuff, they just put it out.
Just send it. Fucking
It's
send it.
it just works. But like, real masterpieces or whatever are made with like lots of care and
Yeah. Attention to detail.
yeah.
Really tuned in, and find the finer details are edged out.
Yeah.
And
And the more you listen to it, it's like different every time.
mm-hmm.
It's never yeah, I mean that's why you want to listen to it over and over because it's kind of a different experience. You put so much detail into it that it's a new experience every time. Um I don't know, I mean, you want to get there where you can tell the difference where and you can feel it and yeah, you want to master your craft like
Yeah.
you'll never be the master of it. But like
It's a
go
constant like it's a constant striving for that feeling, that
yeah,
finality, like, hey, because you can just tinker with something forever. You're like, oh, it's not quite
forever.
done. Oh no, maybe this, maybe that. At some point, you got to call it, right?
Yeah, you have to decide at one point, like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
it
Enough
may
is
not be
enough.
done, but I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm
The,
done with it.
the cool thing is though, you could if it's your shit, you can always remix it.
Always.
Be like, here's another version of the fucking song I made.
And you
Check
almost
it out.
need, these days, you almost need that every few years, give it
Yeah.
a little refresh. You know what I mean? Like, with all
Yeah.
these tools available to you,
You know, re,
and with all these people making sequels of movies,
right. Well, and people remaster their tracks all the time, right?
hell yeah,
Even
bro.
real classics get remastered. Like they were. just brilliant, talented people, they still remaster their tracks, and sometimes they remix them.
Bro, now I listen to some of the older shit and be like, oh man, I would have done this differently. And
Yeah.
I probably just should go back and remix them a little bit.
Yeah, it's always an option at least, right? So
Technology changes,
yeah,
uh, sound changes, but the songs will remain the same. The songs are the songs.
yeah, no doubt.
You
And
know,
I think that's an interesting phrase to use. Um, the song remains the same.
song
It's a
remains the
good.
same.
That's a Led Zeppelin reference.
Oh hell yeah,
One of my favorites. They're a cool band. Very
they are.
very interesting.
You
To
can
say
find
the
their
least.
merchandise at JC Penney's.
Or Hot Topic, wherever the hell. Yeah, pretty much everywhere.
Everybody be wearing Led Zeppelin shirts. It's like they
Of
don't even
course.
know. They
Yeah, the
don't
Swan
even know the
Song, baby.
band.
They got the Swan Song, the Cashmere.
The Kashmir.
Yep. Well, do you have anything you want to tell everyone before we close this thing out, or what?
Yeah, I could tell them a couple things.
What you got? What you got for them? Number one.
Number one, USA. Number
Yeah,
one.
America.
Yeah, that's number one. Number two is everybody else.
Yep. Facts. No, I think being creative is a blessing. It's also kind of a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely would recommend anyone who has any kind of inkling. So many people that I meet out there like, oh, I've always wanted to learn guitar. There's no always wanted. Get off your ass and go do it. Oh, I've always wanted to paint. No, there's no, oh, I've always wanted to paint. Pick up a fucking paintbrush. Go get some paint. Start painting. Oh, I've always wanted to write. No. Start typing. Start writing. There is only do it. Allow yourself
Mm-hmm.
some space. Allow yourself the ability to get out there and just go create something. Whatever it is, you can either keep it to yourself, release it to the world, but if you get it out of your system, I will make you one promise. You will feel good for doing so. It will feel good. So just do it.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Just go do it.
Yeah, put in the work and do. I've seen people get really good. I'll give you an example of my cousin who
Mm-hmm.
didn't play any instruments, and one summer he's bored and he had access to a harmonium and a tabla.
Yeah.
Just started playing it, and somehow he got a blessing from God or something. He
Yeah.
figured it out
Yep.
without any teacher or anything, and like he understood something click in his head where he just understood the pitch really well.
No doubt.
But he spent some time, the whole summertime he spent playing melodies, and he understood it. And then he did the same thing with the rhythm, and he got it. He's incredible.
Hell yeah.
But like, yeah, you gotta put in the time. You gotta go live out there, live your life. And if you're a writer,
Yep.
you have
Writing
to
is a
live,
big one.
live your life a little bit. You have to see something to kind of talk
Yeah,
about it in your song.
for sure.
Um, yeah.
Well, we opened up by talking about Rick Rubin. So I'm going to go ahead and close out with a Rick Rubin quote as well from same book. It says, no matter what tools you use to create, the true instrument is you. Never forget that. Now, you can follow us on YouTube. You can find us on Spotify. That's Montclair Project. Check us out. But also, check out Mixman Shawn. Same platforms all around the world. Until next time, protect your heart, protect your mind. We out.
Yeah, coming soon.
Hey, what are we supposed to do with our debit card?
Hey, protect your PIN number.
All right, peace.